It's mid-November, and if you've been to any retail store recently, you've heard the Deck the Halls and all the Christmas music is already up. I would like to call the season Greermas. And on this day of Greermas, we look at two of their XFR series. What is up, YouTube? My name is Buddy Blues, and today we look at the Royal Velvet and the Soma 63 from Greer amps. Now these aren't new, these came out in 2019 and 2020. This one, the Soma 63, won Best in Show at NAMM. Do you know how difficult that is to win Best in Show? There's guitars, there's speakers, there's amps, there's pickups, there's pedals, there's other pedals, there's ukuleles, and this thing won Best in Show, and I think it deserved it. The Soma 63 is the first of the XFR series. What does XFR mean? This little tiny little logo right here. What does that mean? Well, that's a symbol of a transformer. If you've ever been to science, if you paid attention, if you paid attention in science class, you would know that that's the symbol for a transformer, but you didn't. You didn't because you were busy. You were busy in school, in high school, in university. You were busy in the bathrooms. I dropped the pedal. In the bathrooms, you were busy smoking. Which brings me to my next point. These are built like a f***ing tank. So XFR is X transformer, right? X-former. Anyway, there's a transformer inside. There's a real transformer in this one and in the other one. But there's a real transformer that's going to simulate that amp. Which amp? The Fender Brown era, so 1963, right? Early mid-60s, two brown face Fenders that they really wanted to recreate, but they didn't just recreate the tone stack or the preamp or the power section. What they did, all analog by the way, this isn't digital, what they did was with JFETs and all of that to replicate tubes and all that, they replicated the whole thing, including the 410 speakers, how it all sounded together rather than what the preamp of that amp sounded like. The whole package in this. Back then, I think they used the speaker called Utah something. I may be wrong. Utah something. And whenever you push that speaker of the old amps with volume or with gain here, we'll get to that, the speaker just collapsed. It completely like discombobulated upon itself. And they recreated that. If you push the gain on this, it does the same. We got volume, gain, presence, bass, treble, easy. On to the Royal Velvet. This little thing is called the Class A British Drive and Pre. What this is, again, it's also XFR series, right? You see the logo right here. What this is essentially a 64 AC30 Vox. So it has that punch, it has that clarity, it has that brightness, it has the gain that's on tap, is excellent. But again, just like the Soma, they wanted to recreate the whole package, not the tone stack, not the preamp, not the power amp, the whole thing, including the speakers they used. Think of it as this is the sound of that amp recorded, if you will. Again, not digital, but I see a lot of people with both of these. I see a lot of people put like a cab sim after it. They use this as a pre and they put a cab sim after, like a Cab Zeus by GFI, I think. Something like that. And you could use it as your amp or amp stack or amp tone, whatever. What I'm gonna do, ladies and people, is I'm gonna put this little thing behind it. This is my third. Let me be very honest here with you. I don't hide anything from you. We all know how this YouTube thing works. Company gets in touch with schmuck YouTuber. Schmuck YouTuber says, thanks for the pedal. Let me do a review for you. And then YouTuber either keeps the pedal, sends it back, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes money exchange, sometimes not. This is none of your business. But here's what happened. I got the Lightspeed, the first one. I got it for a review. I bought a second and I bought a third. Full price. That's how much I love that thing. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the Lightspeed before them. First of all, we're gonna hear them individually, obviously. Then I'm gonna put the Lightspeed before each, and we're gonna get some magic. LSL with the humbucker, single, Silktone aux box. Let's get to it. Royal Soma. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you have now heard the Greer Royal Velvet and the Greer Soma 63, both incredible pedals. I mean, this one's award-winning, literally award-winning. They take 9 to 18. I ran them at 9, but if you go 18, you get more clean headroom, which for me and for this demo, I didn't really want to do that. I don't want the clean headroom, I want the gain. So I really want to hear that gain. I wanted to hear it at 9. And most of us are going to run it at 9. Who are we kidding? You see what I mean by how amp-like it feels, and whenever you push the gain, everything just collapses, but in a beautiful way. I mean, back then it was looked at as whatever, but we long for that sound, don't we? We like that sound. Or that AC30, the Royal Velvet, right? The clarity, even on amps, on your amps, on all of your amps, if they're not digital, on all of your amps, on all of your tube amps, whenever you move the gain, the volume, the this, the that, if you move your middle knob or your treble knob, it's not just treble that's going up like this, right? It's a whole sweep. They've captured that. And I really like that. If this was your first time on the channel, welcome. If it's not, welcome back. People, my name is Buddy Blues, and this was Blues Day Tuesday. It's not on a Tuesday, but it doesn't matter, because you may watch this video a year from now. You don't even know what day it is. What's it like in 2024 right now? Is the world still around? Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you to Greer for sending me these two pedals to check out. Nick Greer is a wonderful person. He is a wonderful person. When we think of Greer, we think of Greer amps, we think of a company. We think of this production company, this company that makes amps, this company that makes pedals. We got to remember that Greer is the last name of a person. And I hope one day you get to just chat with Nick, whether in person or on Instagram or by email or whatever, because you'll learn. You'll just learn. You'll instantly learn. And he has that ability to make you fall in love with whatever it is you're doing, whether it's guitar, whether it's your cooking, whatever it is. Anyway, I'm going on a rant on Nick. This isn't a commercial for Nick Greer. This is a commercial for this. Thank you so much for joining me. I have been Buddy Blues. You have been the people of the blues. Until next time, thank you for watching.